Have you ever once stopped to think that maybe the reason why you have this intense desire to accomplish the things you want in life is because future you has already accomplished it? The reason why you want it so badly, it's because it's already happened. And the things you want so badly in life want you right back. So my sister and I were having this conversation recently because it's the start of the new year and we were going over like our goals in life. And one thing that I found really fascinating was that we both have very different goals. Like although we're quite literally like the same people, we have completely different callings. And I find that so beautiful because it's almost like divine intervention. It's like we all have our own little roles and personal missions to accomplish in this world. And I love hearing other people's goals and other people's dreams because it's like this person has this calling and it is their mission to accomplish this dream. I feel like we don't give it enough weight these days. Like we often just think like, well, that's not realistic. I'm not going to go after this, or, I got bills to pay. And while all that's reasonable, I don't think that's a reason to give up on your goals and dreams. In this video, I really want to dive in deeply as to how can you create your dream reality? Because obviously you have this intense desire to accomplish something. I will tell you this, if you don't go after your goals, if you don't go after your dreams, they will haunt you because you will always look back and think, what if? What if I actually put in 100% to try to achieve this dream life? What could have happened? So let's talk about how to turn this dream into reality. How can we actually make this come true? So the first step is to completely remove all doubt and believe in yourself full-heartedly. I'm talking 100% belief that what is meant for you will happen, that what is best for you will happen. And in Islam, actually, this is called tawakkul, having intense faith that if you do your part, that God or the universe will take care of the rest. You leave it in His hands. I find that word so beautiful because in order to achieve these goals, you have to believe that you will accomplish them. You have to believe that there's a version of you out there who's achieved all these things. Without that vision, you will not be able to turn your dreams into reality. Once you believe in yourself, that's when other people around you will start believing you as well. But no one's gonna just plop into your life and do the believing for you. That has to come within you. And that forms over time based on our self-perception, based on our identity and our self-esteem. How worthy do you think you are of receiving good things? You would be surprised by how many of us don't believe we're worthy, don't believe we deserve it, don't believe that we are good enough for good things. You will only attract the things that you believe you are worthy of. So we all have this internal thermostat that dictates what we believe we are worthy of. So anytime that something really good happens in our life, we often think, oh, this is too good to be true. And that doesn't match how we internally feel about ourselves. It doesn't match what we believe we are worthy of receiving. So subconsciously what we do is we repel these experiences. We self-sabotage. We don't feel like we deserve it. And I'm not even just talking about like physical things. I'm talking about like relationships with people, for example. If you don't have a lot of self-worth, you're going to attract a lot of toxic relationships because you're going to settle for bad behavior. Whereas if you really value yourself and you hold yourself up to high standards, you're going to attract people who respect you, who treat you fairly, who treat you how you believe you deserve. It's really important to evaluate your personal narrative. Everyone has their story. Everyone has their version of their life in their head. Like, I grew up in this family and then this happened to me and then I came out of it and this is what I did. What's your personal story? Really try to see, are you the victim in your story, or are you a hero or a warrior or someone who actually has had bad things happen to them but has come out of it and wants to change and wants to be better? Whereas a victim will just look to their external environment and blame everything and everyone for what's happened to them. And they completely give their control to others. This is a really dangerous spot to be because you lose all ownership of your life. Like, you have to really believe that life is coming from you and not at you, right? Like, things are not happening to you. You are creating life. What you tell yourself, the stories that you tell yourself, actually dictates how you experience your reality. Stop living passively and start living intentionally. Every action that you take, every choice that you make on a day-to-day basis further confirms your identity and who you are. If you respect yourself, you're going to choose to eat better. You're going to choose to work out. You're going to choose to work towards your goals. You're not going to get distracted. You're going to stay focused because you believe full-heartedly that you are worthy of good things and that good things are coming for you, right? Like, you have this strong faith, you have strong tawakkul. And once you have that, nothing is going to come in your way. Like, you will literally not stop because you know that you've already accomplished it. It's just a matter of getting there. Understand the difference between motivation and discipline. This is really tricky around this time of the year. A lot of people are working off of motivation, right? Like, we're watching motivating videos, we're getting really geared up. It's like right before the race, you have those people, they're doing their stretches, they're ready to just completely make a sprint. Motivation does not get you anywhere. It's like a big fire that ignites and it goes out as quickly as it started. It lasts for probably like 3 days. And then after that, you're back to your old habits. You're back doing the old same things that got you where you are right now. Discipline is completely different. Discipline does not rely on your emotions. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't matter if you're having a good day or a bad day, or if you want to do it and you don't want to do it. Discipline is showing up for yourself every single day, rain or shine. If you told yourself that you're going to work out, even if you show up for 10 minutes, that is discipline, right? And that is consistency. I have come to realize recently that discipline is the ultimate form of self-love. I used to think that self-love was like really just being easy on yourself and taking bubble baths and, watching a movie and eating pizza and like all this stuff. And like, while all that occasionally is great, that is not actual self-love. Self-love is doing the hard things even when you don't feel like it, because you love yourself so much, you believe in yourself so much that you are willing to put in the effort to become the best version of yourself. You're willing to sacrifice instant gratification for long-term benefits, right? Like, you truly believe that there's a version out there who's thriving, who's succeeding based on all the efforts that you are placing right now on a day-to-day basis. That is like the ultimate form of true self-love. So you have to ultimately be comfortable with doing hard things, right? Change doesn't happen easily. Change is actually really uncomfortable. In order for you to change, you have to let go of old things. You have to let go of familiar thoughts and patterns and habits that you've been doing. And that is really difficult because you get acclimated very easily, right? Like, you get used to doing the things that you've always done. So understanding that it's going to be uncomfortable, you're not going to like it, it's going to feel really strange. Your brain is automatically going to want to pull you back to your familiar old self. One thing that really forced me to change my life is understanding that life in general is uncomfortable and we're not supposed to be happy 100% of the time. Like, I think nowadays we've been forgetting that because we're in this world of instant gratification where you can literally just pull up your phone, scroll through TikTok, Instagram, and you instantly just numb your feelings and you instantly just feel better and you don't feel that discomfort from maybe something that happened earlier on the day. And there's so many forms of these small little addictions that just like give us constant dopamine, and we forgot what it's like to just feel uncomfortable, to feel our emotions. Life does have a lot of suffering. I know that sounds depressing, but once you hear someone say that, it's actually quite liberating because then you understand, oh, okay, well, I don't always have to chase happiness 100% of the time. And actually doing this thing that may not make me happy right now will be worth it, right? Like running at 5 a.m. when it's cold outside It's not the best feeling in the world, but it's going to benefit me long term. So really try to get yourself to understand that you don't have to be happy 100% of the time, and like truly allow yourself to feel bad emotions, right? Like we always try to change our internal state. If we're having a bad day, we reward ourselves with like chocolate or, dessert at night because, oh, it's been a rough day, or have a drink or do some drugs or something as like a little reward. But what do you need a reward for? Who told you that life is supposed to be happy all the time? Like, show me where you made that contract. Show me where you signed that contract where you were guaranteed 100% satisfaction, happiness all the time. That doesn't exist. The more you become familiar with that reality, the easier it'll be to live in discomfort, to understand that life can be hard and suffering is totally normal and it's actually part of the human experience. It is so, so important to reduce distractions. The number one thing that's getting in the way between you and achieving your dream reality are distractions, and it is fully within your control. You can decide whether you want other people or other things to distract you from your path. Achieving your goals is going to require you to stay on path as much as possible. So it's so, so important to reduce distractions. The number one thing that I really want to focus on this year is to stop consuming things and start creating. Now more than ever, a majority of us are just constantly consuming, whether it be watching Netflix, consuming social media, TikTok, Instagram, consuming products as well. So we're like buying a lot more than ever. We're eating a lot more. Like we're just constantly consuming. To be a human is to be creative. It's to be a creator. It's so important to go back to creating. And it doesn't have to produce money. You can create things and you don't have to make a business out of it. There are so many small ways you can create, like writing in a journal, drawing, cooking, maybe making a song, singing, creating videos, trying to write a book. Like, what is something that you want to contribute to this world? I started to realize how passively I was consuming so much in my life. Even music. I grew up in a Muslim household, and one of the things that was kind of taboo was listening to music. And I never understood that because I'm like, well, music's amazing. It makes you so happy. Like, why would you ban music? And now I've come to realize that while all music is not evil, I certainly realize the impact it has on my brain. So when I'm trying to come up with ideas and I'm trying to be creative, if I listen to music, it automatically just like takes away my own thoughts, right? And it's like putting other thoughts into my head. And it's been scientifically proven. If you listen to certain sounds, listen to certain music, it can make you feel different emotions. So you are actively allowing the external environment to dictate how you feel. You don't have to completely stop music altogether, but just be aware of that. Just be aware that everything you're consuming does have an impact on you. So I'm at the age right now where a lot of my friends are expecting. I'm seeing like how careful they are with their babies, and they really want to make sure that they give their baby the best experience possible. Everything's organic, everything's healthy. Since when did we stop doing that for ourselves? Since when did we stop treating ourselves with the utmost respect? We should treat ourselves like that 5, 6, 7-year-old child that we were and give ourselves the utmost respect because we truly deserve that. So stop passively consuming and start being very mindful about what you put in your body, what you put in your mind, who you surround yourself with. All these things eventually have an impact on you and on your character. Never take advice from people whom you don't want to be like. There's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to tell you, no, you can't achieve this, or you shouldn't do that. But look at their life and see, do you want to be like them? And if you don't, then don't take advice from them. Listen to your own intuition. It's time to start listening to yourself. What do you think about certain things? How do you think you should best live your life? Be very in tune with your own intuition. One thing that I've been really trying to do is stop surrounding myself with people who have very limited mindsets. Those people who don't go after their dreams, who settle, who think that other people are not capable of doing certain things. I cannot surround myself with those people anymore. I need to be around people who want to go after their dreams, who believe in themselves, right? Who have a growth mindset. When you surround yourself with like-minded people, you are also going to become like them. Like studies have shown that when you have very successful people around you, that you are actually going to improve as well. Whereas if you have people who are bringing you down, who have a very negative mindset, who have a scarcity mindset, that's going to 100% bring you down. So be very, very careful about who you surround yourself with. I know that after saying all this, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, like I don't want to live this kind of life. Well, I'm sorry, but creating your dream life is going to require sacrifices, right? Like really successful people, those who have accomplished their dreams, they've done it because they've made these sacrifices. So ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to achieve your dream life? Another thing about distraction is that, especially when you go on social media, you may see a lot of other people out there who are achieving similar goals to you. And that becomes often very overwhelming. You get this like competitive sense and like all these other options. Like I know for me, when I want to make a YouTube video and I look at the YouTube homepage, there are thousands and thousands of videos and there's so many ideas and there's so many things you could talk about. And I just become overwhelmed because I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I want to talk about this. And this is why it's so important to reduce consuming other people's content, other people's ideas. And so it's best to just tune that out as much as possible and listen what idea resonates with you the most. It's time to create different experiences. I'm pretty sure it was like around 90% of our thoughts are repetitive. So 90% of the thoughts that you had today were actually a repeat from yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. And that is so scary because you're essentially living the same day every single day. You're essentially having the same thoughts every single day. So how can you create a new reality if you're having the same thoughts? It's impossible. You actually cannot achieve that. You have to change the way you think. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about this, where if you keep thinking the same thoughts, you're just firing the same neural pathways, you're just creating the same experiences. So in order for you to change your reality, you have to quite literally think differently. I was just listening to a Healthy Gamer video. His name's Dr. K. He was talking about vasanas, and this is in Indian philosophy and also Buddhism. A vasana is basically an echo from the past. It actually doesn't exist right now, but it's something that you're thinking about that happened before. And over time, it just becomes habitual. Like these are just habits essentially. There's another saying that anything done more than twice is a habit. So if you keep thinking about the same things, you're just going to have the same reality. So a practice I keep doing is if I have a thought, I literally catch myself and I think about it and I ask myself, is this something you've been thinking a lot? Like, did you think the same thought the day before? Did you think about like work the same way or your family the same way or your life the same way? Because if I did, then I'll be like, ooh, that's a vasana. What can I do to switch that, right? Like, how can I reframe this thought to create a different experience? And it's just kind of fun. It's like an experiment. Like, what's the worst that can happen from positive thinking? A really quick way to do this is to instantly just think about things that you're grateful for. When you think about things that you're grateful for, when you're in a state of gratitude, you're automatically in a receiving mode. So you're literally opening yourself up to positive experiences because you're already so aware of all the good that you have in life. I promise you, you automatically attract good things in your life that way. I think Liz the Wizard was talking about this, where her saying is, thank you, can I please have more? So you're being grateful for what you have and you're still asking for what you think you deserve. You are allowed to ask. Ask for anything you want. That's the thing. The world is so abundant. It's so abundant. And we automatically limit ourselves so much. And this is all completely man-made. It's made from the ego. It's made from our past experiences that we've had in our life. Honestly, human beings are capable of achieving so much. It's incredible, right? And like, if you just look at the laws of the universe, it's forever expanding. It's abundant. There is so much out there. So why do you think that you're not worthy of having even a small piece of it? Ask for as much as you want in this life. To limit yourself is to limit the capabilities of our creator, right? Of this universe. Ask for as much as you want. Have trust that everything that is meant for you will happen, and be be grateful for what you already have. If you start thinking like this, I promise you, you will start attracting so many things in your life. So it's time to start building trust in yourself. One of the most toxic things we can do is say we're going to do something and not act upon it. But ask yourself, why don't you believe you're worthy of achieving your goals? Why not put in the discipline? Why not do the hard work and have trust that it will all work out for you? This year, I want you to actually honor your goals and trust full-heartedly that it has already happened, that what is meant for you will happen, that the things you want in life want you right back. This universe is forever abundant. That is literally one of the laws of the universe. It's forever expanding. It's forever abundant. Human beings are capable of such incredible things, and there are so many examples around you to show you that it is possible. So why do you believe you're not worthy? If other people can do it, then why can't you? I want you to understand that when you want something, the entire universe conspires to help you achieve it. So let it help you. So I hope this video helps. I am so excited for another beautiful year, another chance to become the best version of yourself. And if you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much. Hopefully what I had to say resonated with you. And if it did, that means we'd probably get along in real life too. Go ahead and subscribe if you'd like more of this content. I could speak on these matters for hours and hours. That is definitely one of my goals this year, is to make more videos like this one. So hit the subscribe to support my small channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.